My camera's acting weird, so I decided I'm gonna just redo my reading on here. Like, I don't know what happened. I don't know. But the camera just stopped. It just stopped. I don't know what the heck that was about. But that was weird. Like, it didn't record anything. Like, it took the voice, but it didn't take the actual recording. So let's get a quick message. That was actually a card that I had pulled out for the other reading. Completion, ending of a cycle, a way of being, a new life, right? Let's get what it is that we are to hear in this day. That flew right out. Let's see what this is. Challenges. We're all facing challenges today. Obviously, there's something. There might be challenges that come with our new shift. I know a lot of us have been in a new shift, right? What is this? Subconscious. Challenges in subconscious, uncovering secrets, right? Let's get more intel on this. Challenges with subconscious. Creativity. Using creativity to overcome those challenges so that we can hear what it is that our subconscious wants to tell us. That shadow, right? Where the secrets lie, right? Those areas where we neglect. The shadow. Using creativity to get past those challenges so we can get back to being intuitive, right? So we could get back to hearing. Individuality, intuition. Did I not just say? Did we just not say that? The subconscious, creativity, challenges happening, subconscious. It follows the intuition. So the challenges that we're having when I see this individuality card is fear, doubts, worries about what it is that what others might think. Because initially, if we didn't give a fuck, if we honestly did not give a fuck, we would go completely full throttle for the things that we wanted, admired, aspired, right? But yeah, let's clear up those challenges that rely in that sit in our subconscious, right? That go against our authenticity, that go against our individuality, right? You probably shouldn't do that. You got balls sticking out. Rebirth, renewal. That tells me it's time to rebrand, to recreate self. That's what I see when I see the creativity and subconscious, uncovering secrets. Giving way to some of those subconscious thoughts, giving way to some of those shadow feelings so that you can recreate yourself, right? Give full way into your authenticity by exploring the different versions of self. That is what creates your whole individuality. That's what makes you you. The shadow, yes. Also the light, yes. Infinity, power, universal love. Getting back to self, that's power. There's authority in that. That's universal love. What is universal love? Omnipresent, right? The all-knowing, right? Who we refer to as God, sovereign, right? A universal love. That starts with being individual. That starts with giving way to your individuality. That's what it starts with. Balance. Did we just not talk about balance? That balance. Balance between self and divine. You can't neglect self and give full way to divinity. And you can't do vice versa because you lose touch of both. They have to go hand in hand in order to be balanced, in order to create. Spring. Didn't I just say spring? Spring. So it can be done as all the seasonal spring or springing into that motivation, right? One or the other. Spring, we know spring to be a time of renewal. Did we not just say that? Renewal, balance, spring. When old things have died and now it's the time for new renewal, for the bringing in of new things. So maybe new motivations. Maybe there's new motivations that's happening in our lifetime, in our life right now. Let's see if I could. Yeah, that was wild. I had recorded a whole video. Success, prosperity. Success, prosperity. Whatever this renewal and motivation that you're coming across, hopefully this video encourages that. Whatever this is, it's going to lead you straight to success, prosperity. That spring, that action, that moving forward in whatever motivation, acknowledging the renewals and receiving them, accepting the death to old and birth to new. That comes success. There comes success with that. I know I said one, but divine law. Okay, I'm gonna leave that one right there. But that is divine law, right? Uncovering secrets. So to add on to that divine law, what do we have? Humanity. Earthly responsibility. Balance between physical and divine. That's what divine law is. Balance. Balance. Divine order. I can't make this up. That's 3 in a row. Divine law. Balance between physical and divine order. Grace and beauty. Grace and beauty. Being able to accept the grace and beauty of change in the same way that we do with the same way that we embrace the hardships. You know what I'm saying? We don't have to. We can just knock them off. We can just let it be what it is, but accept the greatness that comes out of those hardships, those problems. Divine law. That balance, physical, divine. That is order. That is grace, and that is beauty. Okay, let's get something to clarify that. Clarify this last card. Clarify this last card. And end out the reading by Shimi Asha. But yeah. It pays to be authentic. It pays to hear, to feel, to be. It pays. I'll take those two. Okay, compromise, compassion, inner conflict. Be compassionate to that inside world, to that mind, to that subconscious. Be compassionate to it, to self. Be compassionate to self. Nurture self. So compromise. Compromise. Yeah, no, I might not feel my best today, but I trust that I'll feel better tomorrow. But what is it that I can do today, right now, in this present, that will help me feel better tomorrow? That inner conflict, solving that inner conflict. Problem solving on top of the deck. Okay, let's get to that shadow work. Let's live life and succeed. I hope this reading was edifying. Love, light, and peace.